So, mag-sport muna tayo ngayon. Okay? Wow! Maganda! Naramdaman ko yung likod ko. Hey guys, welcome back to Team D TV and welcome to another practical, relatable use test drive. And this time we have the Dongfeng Aelus Huge. Yes, this is a hybrid from Dongfeng. We've been driving this since yesterday, so we just tried to get acquainted with the car, and so far it's quite promising. We've been driving this for mga 12 kilometers, and the fuel consumption that's showing here, the average is 15.1, and that is pure city driving. Very promising, huh? So anyway, I'll be talking about the driving experience as we go about our regular routine as a family. It's a Saturday, so we will be providing you feedback with the real world scenario. This Dongfeng Aelus Huge, meron to actually two variants, yung Aelus. So this one is the Huge, tapos merong isa yung Mage. Dongfeng is currently offering a huge discount. So bumagay, ano? Aelus Huge with a huge discount. I think the SRP nito, yung original SRP nito was 1,880,000 pesos. They're giving 300,000 discount. So magkano na lang yung mga 1.5 na lang. Very promising, ano? So again, this is a hybrid. So meron siyang electric motor, merong battery. Hindi nga lang siya plug-in. And meron siyang 1.5 turbo gas engine, right? It's 5-seater. So hanggang second row lang tayo. This is wider and taller than Panchita, our C-Line 6, but this is about 50 millimeter shorter. Initial impression, I like the leather. This is Napa leather. Medyo nanibago lang ako dito sa electronic shifter niya kasi nasanay na ako na nandito lang yung elbow ko naka-relax, tapos nandito lang yung shifter, like kay Panchita, yung X7, tapos sino pa ba? Yung Territory ba? Not quite sure, but this one parang medyo aggressive yung position mo, nakaganong ka, and then you will reach for the lever here sa front mo. Okay guys, so it's now past 9 p.m. It was a long day for us. Like I said kanina, marami kaming errands, so ayun, ginabi na kami. So anyway, pakita ko lang sa inyo, this is how it looks at night. Yung dashboard natin, maganda yung lighting, and ang ganda ng contrast ng instrument cluster. The gauges are very visible, and so far we've driven 65.9 kilometers, ano, and then with the heavy traffic, yung average speed natin is 18 kilometers per hour. Ganun ka heavy yung traffic, and yung average consumption here it says 9.2 liters per 100 kilometers. 100 divided by 9.2,
10.86.
there you go. So for that heavy traffic, nag-average tayo ng 10.86 kilometers per liter. I just want you to see yung light, yung headlight niya. Maganda naman ang illumination, and I'm not sure if you can see the cutoff. Maganda naman din yung liwanag niya, right? Hey guys, good morning. It's Sunday, and plan namin today na dalhin to sa Bangkong Kahoy sa Dolores, Quezon. Remember yung last time na pinunta naming campsite, para maganda yung test drive natin with the Dongfeng Ilus huge. So magkakaroon tayo ng highway driving, and then paakyat, may konting trail paakyat ng Dolores, Quezon. So para maganda yung experience natin and maganda yung information na may share namin sa inyo. So right now si Madam Pea ang nagda-drive. Sinubukan niya na rin to i-drive kahapon within the city. And ano may share mo, ano experience?
City driving, maganda. Hindi siya mahirap dalhin. And then, madali lang mag-adjust from yung kay Panchita nga to dito.
So nung kahapon nagko-complain siya na medyo matigas daw yung manibela. So tingnan natin yung settings. May setting siya. So nilagay ko siya sa comfort yata yung tawag, basta yung pinakamalambot. So ngayon okay.
Maganda, okay na yung
So siya kasi
manibela.
mas gusto niya kasi yung comfort, malambot yung steering wheel. Like for some of us, mas gusto natin yung medyo stiff para mas medyo feel mo yung road, di ba? So what else? Kumusta yung sitting position mo?
Gusto ko yung upuan kasi yung may lumbar support ba to? Yung
Yes. May nakaganyan ka
pag
talaga.
upo ko pa lang na ganun, feel ko yung...
Yun nga lang, hindi adjustable. So naka-fix na siyang naging ganyan.
Okay lang.
Which is okay. Lalo na sa may mga, back problems.
Tsaka yung ito, gusto ko yung shape na to kasi pag like traffic, naka-stop, naka-relax lang yung kamay mong ganyan.
Tapos dito sa passenger side, meron ditong parang footrest na may tataas mo yung paa mo. Kaya lang medyo nabitin ka sa length, no, sa legroom.
Medyo kasi yung dito parang na siya,
Bulky.
So yung stretch, pag na-stretch yung paa mo, yung legs, parang sagad siya.
Pero yung yung interior nito, mas premium to kasi yung leather niya is Napa. Same category ng Tang, BYD Tang.
Yung brakes maganda, tsaka yung busina okay.
Mas
Yung
malambot kaysa kay
acceleration-
Panchita, no?
Oh yeah. Yung acceleration okay. Hindi ko pa na-test na super
Oo. So samahan nyo kami dito sa SNR, and yung mga mahilig mag-camping, baka makakuha din kayo ng idea kung ano mga pwedeng gawing baon, no? Kasi right now nagta-transition talaga kami sa camping style namin. Unlike we want to be as minimal as possible. Kasi kung minsan nauubos yung oras kaka-set up, kakaluto, parang I want to spend more time na nakaupo, kwentuhan, and enjoy mo yung nature. Lalo na dun sa bangkong kahoy kasi ang ganda talaga ng scenery doon. So, titingin tayo dito sa SNR kung ano mga pwedeng bilhin na pwedeng baon na sa camping. Alright? Maganda yung color nitong Dongfeng Ilus. Huge. Mamaya tingnan natin yung technical name niya kasi it's dark green na parang metallic. Tapos, perfect match yung para sa akin, opinion ko lang match yung naka-black mags. Ayun na, nakapark din si Madam Pea. Tabingi pa. Pag napanood ni Achi to, papaglitan yan. Okay, dito tayo sa SNR Deli Corner. Ito yung cold sandwich na isa sa mga favorite kong gawing baon. So, ano binili mo?
Ha?
Ano binili mo?
Yung chicken cranberry.
Chicken cranberry. And then,
Both.
tigisa tayo. And then, ano pa? Doon tayo sa kabila, yung Hey guys, so nandito na tayo sa SLEX, kakapasok lang. Before we continue, I just want to make a note na so the past 2 days we've been driving the Dongfeng Ilus huge. Within the city lang, super heavy traffic, especially kahapon. Total distance traveled namin for the past 2 days is 81.4 kilometers. Pure city driving, ang average speed namin is 18 kilometers per hour. Ganun ka-traffic. And ang sinasabi niya dito, our average consumption is 9.1 liters per 100 kilometers. Okay, Madam Pea, paki-compute nga 100 divided by 9.1.
9.1. Okay.
Ilan?
10.98.
10.98. So sabihin na natin 11 kilometers per liter. Yun yung average consumption sa city driving. Again, I want to reiterate, I want to emphasize, super heavy traffic. Ang average speed namin was only 19 kilometers per hour. If I may, if you'd let me compare sa mga previous ICE cars ko, sa ganung traffic, tumatakbo lang kami ng mga 5 to 6 kilometers per liter. So, i-compare mo dito sa hybrid, 11, maganda na, 11 kilometers per hour. Okay? So, dito na tayo sa highway. Drive muna ako saglit and then I will give you feedback. Okay, so, malapit na tayo sa Alabang and so far, we've been driving on eco mode lang muna. And right now, nandito tayo sa overtaking lane. We are at 95 kph. And so far, smooth naman siya. Tahimik yung engine. So, lipat lang tayo ulit dito sa second lane para medyo chill lang yung pagdadrive natin. So, okay. First impression, first thing I notice, pag nasa city driving, pag umandar na yung gas engine niya, halata mo talaga. Maririnig mo, mararamdaman mo. Okay? Ngayon, dito sa highway, pag tumakbo ka na ng mga 70 pataas, pumipino na din naman siya. Okay? Now, yung response, ayan, pag tinapakan ko, so, like right now, pababain natin. Baba ako ng mga 82, 81, 80. Teka, cancel unahan. Hindi pa tayo sa kabila. Okay. 68, 69, tapat. Okay naman. Okay din naman. Eco mode. So, up to 100. Okay naman. Pinong-pino. Pinong-pino yung acceleration niya. And you can hear that the engine is the one that's working. Okay? Hindi siya full EV. So, yun yung kanina ko pang ino-observe eh. So, ngayon, maganda ang preno, consistent, pagtapak mo, malakas, maganda ang distribution, ramdam mong kumakapit talaga, balanced yung brake distribution. I like that. Yung battery nito is 13, ano sabi sa atin? 13.9?
13.9.
13.9. Medyo nagulat ako when I learned that the battery is 13.9 kilowatt hour. Although kahapon, kasi parang late yesterday lang namin kinonfirm sa Dongfeng. But before the confirmation, napansin ko na, nasabi ko parang malaki ang battery nito kasi pag yung idle time niya sa traffic, matagal siyang hindi umaandar yung engine. Sabi ko ba parang medyo malaki yung battery. Kaya pansin ko, sabi ko parang matipid. Siguro from yung mga nadadaanan namin traffic light na matatagal, kaya niya sabayan na hindi mag-aandar yung gas engine. So ngayon, sabi ko kay Madam Pea, paki-check nga kasi wala sa brochure eh. Sabi ko paki-check nga, paki-confirm kung anong size ng battery nito. And medyo na-surprise ako when we were told na it's 13.9 kilowatt hour. Then, if it's 13.9, parang a little too big naman siya for that long distance. Kasi, I mean, for that longer time na nag-ooperate siya with the battery only. Na nasusundan yung ibig kong sabihin. Yung mga iba kasing hybrid, di ba, mga under 2 kilowatt hour ang size, maya't maya umaandar, siya, mas matagal, yung interval niya, mas matagal. So, dun lang napansin ko na medyo malaki ang battery. Pero hindi ko ina-expect na hanggang 13.9. Why? Kasi yung si Lion 5 natin, if I remember it correctly, 12 kilowatt hour yon. Sa 12 kilowatt hour, plug-in na. Sayang, sana ito, bakit din nila ginawang plug-in, no? Kasi malaki battery eh. But anyway, may advantage pa rin yan. Like right now, nandito sa expressway, binabantayan ko yung region niya. Buong time, for the first 2 days na nasa city kami, yung SOC ng battery niya, bumababa lang ng bumababa ng mga 30% to 40%, tapos magcha-charge siya, china-charge ng engine, up to 50%. Tapos mamaya, magdi-deplete na naman siya, gagamitin na naman siya. So, I'm hoping ito na nasa highway, aside from the engine charging the battery, meron din kasi itong regen. And may similarity yung behavior niya sa BYD. HEV mode. Okay guys, so tingin lang kayo muna dito sa instrument cluster natin, ano? So ayan, para mga familiar lang kayo, yung big number dyan sa gitna, that's our speed. Tapos ito yung power. Okay? So pagdating mo dito sa 0, pag yan bumaba, ibig sabihin nagre-regen siya. Okay? Gumaga, nagne-negative, ibig sabihin nagcha-charge. So right now we are at 90 something. Pag binitawan ko yung pedal, ayan. So walang regen, ano? If I step on the brake a little bit, ayan, no? Yun, taas, oh. 50 to mga 80, ganon. So ganon kaganda yung ano niya, maganda yung regen niya. Yun nga lang, ang difference sa mga ibang hybrid na drive natin, pag binitawan mo yung gas pedal, nagcha-charge na rin siya ng konti. Ito hindi, until you really press on the brake like this. Ayan. The past 2 days na nagsi-city drive tayo, hindi yan umaabot. I mean, hanggang 50 lang yan, hindi yan lumalagpas ng 50. So ngayon, tumataas na. Kasi tumutulong na yung regen sa pag-charge ng battery. Malalayo pa naman tayo sa destination natin. Mamaya, babalikan ko kayo kung ano magiging average fuel consumption natin, okay? So anyway, in terms of driving, we've been in eco mode. So subukan lang natin mga modes niya. Ayan, meron siyang sport, meron siyang smart. So, 3 klase lang siya, no? Sport and smart. So, mag-sport muna tayo ngayon. Okay? Wow! Maganda! Naramdaman ko yung likod ko. Baba tayo ng 73, 74. Antayin natin. Lipat tayo sa overtaking lane. Okay? From 70 to 100 tayo. Padaanan natin muna yon. Okay. Wow! Ganda. Bilis maka 100. Ang laki ng difference ng engine noise and vibration. Pag nandito na siya sa high revving na siya, high speed, sobrang pino na. Tahimik na siya. Okay? Ngayon, tetestingin ba natin ang smart? Ang alam ko, ang smart parang nire-read niya kung ano yung driving style mo eh. So ayan, medyo nag-slow down tayo. Ayan. Mataas ang regen. Ang napansin ko kagad sa smart, mataas ang regen. Ayan oh. So, eto di ba kanina pinakita ko sa inyo yung instrument cluster natin. Eto ngayon, so nasa 78 tayo. Bibitawan ko yung accelerator. Ayun, umabot ng 50 yung regen. Pero naman, ang bilis din mag-slow down ng sasakyan. So, kung ano man yung na-gain mo na power from the regen, mabilis mo lang din mako-consume. Kasi syempre, i-maintain mo yung speed mo eh. Mabilis ka nag-slow down, babalik mo rin sa speed na yon. Parang baka talo ka pa dahil mas marami kang i-consume ulit. So anyway, feeling ko hindi applicable dito sa driving style na gusto ko. Parang feeling ko tama lang sa akin ang eco. Yung smart, sa tingin ko, bagay yon kapag ka downhill. Tingin ko lang let's say galing kang Baguio, pababa ka. Sa tingin ko yun ang gagamitin mo. So maganda naman yung driving experience so far. So meron siyang ADAS, meron siyang lane keep assist, speed sensing, auto lock, yung door. Katulad ng sinabi ni Madam Pea kanina, na-appreciate ko yung lumbar support niya dito. Talagang nailalagay niya sa tamang position yung likod ko. In terms of suspension, comfortable din siya. Mas stiff siya ng konti kay Panchita, which I like. Pero malambot siya ng konti dun sa nireview nating Kai X7. So ito and the Kai X7, in terms of suspension, I like them both. Pumasok na kami dito sa San Pablo Dolores Road. Okay, so wala na kami dun sa highway. So yung trip meter natin, dalawa ang gamit natin, trip A at trip B. ang behavior pala nito, every time na mag-shutdown ka, tumigil ka, yung trip A, nire-reset niya agad. So pag sakay mo, zero na ulit yung trip A. Pero yung trip B, siya yung tumutuloy-tuloy. So, ngayon ko lang na-figure out. So, ang maganda doon, kasi, eto. So, yung last shutdown namin, nung nag-SNR kami, di ba? So, galing SNR all the way here, yun yung trip A. Total of 85.4 kilometers. So, ang maganda dito, na-isolate yung highway drive natin. May konting city drive dun sa BGC, diba? Sa Taguig papuntang SLEX. Pero konti na lang yon. So anyway, focus tayo doon. Yun yung 85.5 kilometers now so far. Ayan, ang fuel consumption niya is 5.7 liters per 100 kilometers. So pag kinumpit mo yan, Madam Peya, ilan? 17.54. So, achievable niya ang 18 na kiniklaim nito. Alam ko kiniklaim ng Dongfeng as much as 18 kilometers per liter. And parang yan naman ngayon ang parang standard sa mga hybrid eh. So anyway, paakyat tayo. Nakikita niyo naman matarik and curve. Ayan, kayang-kaya. Hindi ko naririnig yung engine na nag-exert ng too much effort na para bang nahihirapan siya or what. Hindi, kayang-kaya. Bangkong Kahoy Valley. So, malapit na tayo. Mas matarik nga lang dito ng konti. Pero kayang-kaya. Ayan. Hey guys, so good morning! It's a beautiful Monday morning. It's chilly, naka-jacket ako. We are here at our new favorite campsite. So second time lang namin dito. You probably have seen our vlog about the Kia Carnival diesel, right? Dito rin namin sinut and I think I fell in love with this place. So we are here again, this time with the Dongfeng Aelus Huge Hybrid. Okay? So, hayaan ko tong ganito madumi. Madam Peya, ikot ka dito. Nakita nyo naman. Why? Kasi I find this SUV rugged, guwapo, and bagay siya sa mga ganitong konting off-road, bagay siya na mukhang madungis. But I'm telling you, kapag kabagong car wash to, maganda yung color niya. It's blue-green metallic. Hindi ko pa na-check yung brochure kung ano yung technical name or technical color of this one. So, this is the Dongfeng Aelus Hybrid. Alright? Ang SRP nito is 1.8 million. Currently, Dongfeng is offering a huge discount. They are offering 300,000 discount. So, parang 1.5 million na lang to. So, this is a hybrid. Malaki ang battery, 13.9 kWh, kaya lang hindi siya plug-in. Alright? So, 5-seater. Maganda yung ground clearance. I like it. Kayang-kaya niyang umakyat dito sa Dolores, Quezon. And merong sunroof, of course. And I like that the mags are in black. The size is 235/50 19, the same size as most of the SUVs right now, including the C-Line 6, si Panchita natin. I want to take you here muna sa rear because meron siyang special feature that I find unique. First time kong nakita sa isang kotse, yung ganitong feature niya. So, how to open the trunk. When you come close to the car, pag na-detect niya na yung fob, yung key fob, which is inside my pocket, andito, mag-iilaw siya dito. Dito sa baba, ayan o, meron siyang ilaw. Para siyang projector. Nagbabato siya ng... So to open, you just put your foot here where the light is. Ayan. Babasahin niya for, I think, 2-3 seconds. And it will automatically open the tailgate. To close it, you just do the same where the light is. Ayan. When you hear it beeping, you have to walk away. Alright? You have to walk away. Pakita mo ako na nandito na ako. You have to walk away kasi if not, na-detect ka niya, pag na-detect ka niya somewhere midway, na-detect ka niya, I think it's using, I'm just guessing, I think it's using the sonar sensors. Pag na-detect ka niya, or if may obstruction dito, it will stop. Alright? Very cool. Ang sarap ng ganitong feature. Ang ganda. Kasi pag may mga bit-bit ka, hindi ka na mag-ganon-ganon, di ba? You just step on where the light is, wait for it, and it will open. Nice. Okay, since nandito na rin lang tayo sa likod and the tailgate is open, I'm gonna show you the trunk space. Alright? So, ayan. Well, we have our, dito ko nilagay muna temporarily yung ating EcoFlow River 3 Max Plus. And just the right space that I'm expecting for a crossover with, you know, a 5-seater. And obviously, wala siyang spare tire. You can see here, battery yata to. Looks like a battery, and meron siya ditong speaker, and merong fire extinguisher. Ayan, there's the tow hook. Ayan, and you can see those high voltage orange cables. Alright, so yes, there's no spare tire, just like any hybrid EV nowadays, right? By the way, guys, we stayed overnight here, and we used the EcoFlow. Since this is not a plug-in, so there's no V2L, so all of our power light source came from the EcoFlow. So overnight, I think na-use lang namin mga 20%. With all the lights that we have, with our normal camping, this would last us for 3 nights, 4 days, 3 nights. Very nice. Okay, here at the rear is a very minimalist design, no? Wala masyadong arte dito, and I like it. And you have your LED tail lamps, and there is an LED bar connecting the two tail lamps, left and right. So there you go. Nag-automatic nag-close because na-sense niya ako. I was stepping probably the sensor there. So let me just close this again. By the way, guys, you can close this. You can turn this feature off, right? So just like last night when we were camping, dito kami naka-position. We had to sit here. So syempre ma-interrupt namin yung matitrigger namin yung signal niya. So meron sa infotainment, car settings, you can turn it off. So anyway, going back here, ayan, so you have your LED tail lamps. This is your signal light. Pakita ko lang sa inyo, signal light, and then brake lights, and then ayan, there's the LED bar, and then here, this is your LED reverse light. Okay, and you have a wiper here, and you have a shark fin antenna on the roof. Here at the bottom, you have twin pipes. Okay, dami lang siya, pero you know, I'm not really a fan kapag may mga dami na tail pipes, pero okay na sa akin kapag totoong meron siyang twin pipes. So if you look under, meron naman talaga siyang dalawang pipes andun, tail pipe. Hindi nga lang nakakonect dito. So I think that's okay with me. Okay, nandun sa loob si Madam Pea para makapag-voice command tayo. Park light, there's the park light. Brakes, ayun, and then meron kang third brake lamp. And then fog lamp. Ayan, there's your fog lamp. And then reverse. Ayun, there's your reverse light. Here at the second row, you can fold, obviously, you can fold the 2 seats here, yung likod niya. And it's split 60-40. Ayan. And maganda, I like the level nung naka-fold tong dalawa kasi medyo mataas ng konti dito. So with our inflatable bed, dito yung head namin ni Madam Pe when we slept. So like I mentioned last time, mas comfortable kaming matulog na medyo elevated ng konti yung sa may ulo. And okay naman yung space, nagkasya kami dito, may konting sobra pa actually. So anyway, sakay tayo dito. As you can see, marirecline mo pa to. So ito na yung pinaka-upright niya, no? So yan pinaka-upright. Siyempre hindi yan comfortable. You can only do this or you want to do this kapag you're aiming to have more cargo space sa likod. But kung hindi naman, you can relax, slouch as far as like this. Okay? Pasok ako para makita nyo. Yan. So pag long drive, super comfortable. Ayan. And I like the leather. It's Napa leather. Maganda. premium. Maganda rin yung feel ng cushion niya, right? Sakto lang, hindi matigas, hindi sobrang lambot. And somehow may nafe-feel akong parang lumbar support, and I like it. Alright? Ang ganda ng headroom, maganda yung elbow room. So this is my driving position. Ayan, maluwag, sobrang luwag ng legroom. And let's see, kaya ba dito ang 3 persons? There is a center headrest, so it's suggesting that it should be able to accommodate 3 persons. I think 3 of me, sakto lang. Not very spacious, pero I think okay lang. Long drive, yeah, pwede. Yung mga tipong within 200-250 kilometers, comfortable. Down here, you have 2 aircon vents, 1 USB-A charging port, and some storage for your cell phones and whatever gadgets. And you also have a center armrest here with 2 medium-sized cup holders. And the second row passengers have the perfect position to enjoy the panoramic view. And down here, it's all flat, very spacious. Any big guy with big feet will fit here. I think even mga size 12, 13 or something. Here at the cockpit, I like the black and dark gray combination of the leather and the interior. So here, meron kang nice leather here. Again, this is Napa leather. Really makes the interior feel very premium. Meron ka ditong aluminum accent. Alright, this is also leather. This is a soft touch material. Not sure if it's leather. Here it's plastic. So you have your speaker here and some storage here, and your controls for the windows and the side mirror and door locks. Driver's seat is fully automatic with lumbar support. The upholstery is actually, I would say, medyo minimalist or classic because it's not as aggressive as, yung mga nakikita nating SUVs nowadays, right? But I still like it. And this part, it's kilted, and this part is perforated, pati dito sa baba. And as you can see, ang ganda, ayan, you can see the bump for the lumbar support. Dito naman sa front passenger seat, favorite ni Madam Pea is etong footrest. Right? It's also fully automatic, obviously. So, you can adjust it. Yun, so, kung may yan, pwede na sa ganyang level. So, kung wala namang passenger sa likod, you can recline farther. Ganyan. And then, move this backward pa if you want. Ayan, sagad na yan. Wow, ang ganda nga, no? Medyo floating ang feeling. Mapapahinga mo talaga yung mga paa mo. Especially, after a long day of doing errands, grocery, mall. So, I like the sitting position. The steering wheel can be adjusted, tilt, and telescopic. Elbow room is generous. I like the headroom. And again, I want to mention the lumbar support. The steering wheel, medyo sporty, aggressive yung design niya, no? Ayan, meron siyang, I'm not sure what you call this, pang grip. Right? So, upper and lower. Usually, ang nakikita ko dito lang sa taas. And then, medyo malaki yung pagka-flat bottom niya, right? Yung ibang steering wheel kasi medyo extended pa dito sa baba, tapos dito siya magka-cut. I think that's okay, lalo na kapag kasi Madam Pei ang gumagamit nito kasi medyo mataas yung tuhod niya. So, hindi siya babangga dito. And medyo iba yung design, parang akala mo may joystick ka rito. And this is your cruise control, controls for the phone, for the voice call. And this is where you change your views here sa instrument cluster, right? And I like the horn, sa totoo lang. So, 2 days ago, may kamoteng biglang zoom. Binusinahan ko, nagulat ako. Coming from Panchita na, alam naman natin medyo matigas yung busina ng Sea Lion 6. So, talagang napindot ko siya ng very hard, and nagulat ako. Ang lakas pala ng busina. So, let's hear it again. Nice, I like it. Ang ganda ng instrument cluster. Maganda yung contrast, colorful. Medyo iba lang yung pagkakadesign, pero pinakita ko na sa inyo, di ba, when we were driving sa SLEX. Ayan siya. So, andito yung SOC niya. Ayan, battery and fuel. Magkatabi lang sila, so it's easy to check, right? Here on the left, you have a button to open and close the tailgate. And dito naman, you have a manual adjuster for the level of the headlight. So, pwede mong taasan or ibaba. Let's play with the AC controls, okay? So, hindi nga lang siya dual zone, dual temperature, kumbaga. Isa lang yung control for the temperature for everyone. right? But it's easy to change it. So galawin mo lang to, and then you can see the temperature here. And obviously, dito rin sa screen, you can also change the settings of the blower, ayan, and then the temperature. Yun nga lang, wala siyang native na Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, okay? Medyo kinalikot namin and then we found this. It looks like this is the one para tong dongle that should connect you wirelessly to the system para diyan ka makapag Android Auto. You also have a wireless charger here. If we go here to the car settings, ayan, andito yung mga options mo to change some of the settings. You can personalize it, right? So here, auto lock at run or auto lock at leave. So mayroon siyang ganung feature. When you walk away from the car, automatic magda-lock na siya, right? Window and roof, auto close at rain. May mga ganung options. Wiper and mirror. Merong auto fold. Ayan, marami siyang options. You can just play with it. And then ito yung ambient light or mood lamp, different colors, pretty much standard na rin in most of the cars today. Ang medyo iba lang sa kanya, yung dito nga sa side na to, meron siyang kakaibang parang stargazing ang dating. We're here seated on the passenger side. Yan, it changes from green to red. My favorite color is white. Bagay na bagay sa kanya yung white. Marami pang ibang options like for the exterior lighting, convenience, ayan, wireless charging, drive mode, blah, blah, blah. Wag na natin isa-isahin yan. Maraming options. Okay? So, ayan, makita mo rin yung energy flow. Okay, pag-usapan naman natin dito sa front. So, medyo binaliktad natin yung usual flow natin, no? Ngayon pa lang tayo dito sa front. So, yung front niya is very aggressive, okay? This one is not really your headlight. This is the DRL, okay? And then you have an LED bar here connecting the two DRLs. And then you'll see the Dongfeng logo here and emblem for the Alus Huge. This is actually an LED. Also, umiilaw yan. And meron ka ditong very aggressive na malaking grill. And you have a camera. This is actually your headlight. This is an LED projector type. When you switch the high beam on, what happens is that parang may nag-open up dyan to let the full light of the LED go through. So yun yung observation ko when we were trying to play with the LED last night. Alright, and then you have sonar sensors here, and this one looks like a radar. Honestly, yung design niya na medyo squarish na bulky sa front reminds me of the Kayi X7. Although that one is even taller and wider. Okay, so by the way guys, this Dongfeng Alus Huge, this is wider and taller than Panchita, our Sea Lion 6, but this is shorter by mga 50 millimeters. So medyo na feel ni Madam Pea yung shortness ng length kasi sa loob medyo bitin yung paa niya. But again, it should be okay for, average Filipino size. Okay, let's open the hood and silipin natin yung engine bay. There are no hood struts. It's manual. There you go. This is the 1.5 turbo gas engine, and there's your electric motor. So this is the Mach 1.5 turbo engine inline 4 with HD 120. Maximum power is 245, maximum torque is 540. Combined na yon, kaya pala ang lakas, no? Transmission system is hybrid transmission. The fuel tank is 52 liters and the fuel consumption is 5.8 liter per 100 kilometers. So based on what I shared with you yesterday, yung driving experience natin, umabot tayo ng 7 point something. Alright? But again, combination yon ng konting city traffic. But I think kapag nag-drive ka talaga ng tuloy-tuloy on the highway, you will be able to achieve the 5.8 liters per 100. O susuoyin natin ng konti itong engine bay niya. So pasensya na sa dumi kasi syempre may konting off-road tayong dinaanan. So meron kang cover dito that says Mach, and this is obviously the engine motor. Meron kang coolant dito. There's your Brake fluid. This one looks like the ECU. Andyan yung harness niya. You have a fuse box here. And dito naman more on the gas engine. This is 1.5 again. Inline 4. This is your intake pipe. Nasaan yung air intake box niya, filter. Hindi ko makita. Nakatago. So medyo na-curious lang ako sa settings niya dito, sa setup niya, no? Kasi usually pag etong air intake pipe na may kadugtong na air filter box, wala akong nakitang box dito. Doon sa front, I'm guessing baka nandun. I'm not sure. Or baka nandito or somewhere doon. But yeah, wala tayong nakikitang the typical na air filter box. Medyo first time ko makakita ng ganon. Okay, so andun yung exhaust niya and andun yung turbo. And yeah, that's it. Andun yung, malalaki yung ano niya, no? Malalaki yung aircon tube. Kaya pala malamig din. Ang lalaki, oh. Look at the expansion valve. Ang lalaki. Nice. Here's the key fob. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons here. Okay, so let's start with this one. This is to lock the car. Ayan. Nag-flash yung turn signal and then the LED. This one, the second one is to open the tailgate, and pinakita ko na sa inyo kanina how the unique way of opening the tailgate, di ba? Yung ilaw, yung projector sa likod. And then this is to open the car, the unlock button. Now, meron din siyang kakaibang feature dito. Ayan, no? Parang may steering wheel and P. This one is when you are trying to look for your car pag nakalimutan mo kung saan ka na nag-park. So if you press this, nagdalawang beep beep and then continuous flashing. So you will hear it, mapopoint ka sa direction kung nasaan siya, and then nagpa-flash din siya ng ilaw para makita mo rin agad. So yun yung purpose niya. And then the last button here is to remotely start the engine. So long press mo lang yan. Ayun. Nag-open, nag-unfold yung side mirror, and mag-start na siya. So the Dongfeng Ailus Huge has a smart functionality, yung key fob niya, no? So you don't really need to take out your key fob. You can just put it in your pocket, and then when you approach the car, it will automatically unlock. All right? So you open the door, okay, and then you start driving. So when you're done, you close the door, you walk away, and then it will automatically close and lock. Okay guys, so ipakita ko lang to sa inyo kasi on the way to Dolores hindi ko to napaglaruan. So meron siyang adaptive cruise control. Press ko tong the typical icon for cruise control, tapos lumabas to sa kaliwa sa screen. So sinet ko yung speed. If you press up, it will increase the speed, yung desired speed mo. So right now sinet ko lang siya sa 80 kph. Now pag press ko up, it will increment by mga 1 kph. So right now press ko na siya to 90. Ngayon eto sa kaliwa meron dyan nakalagay pilot. Ayan, pilot. Adaptive Cruise Control System Active. Nakakatuwa. Ayan, Intelligent Control System Active. So dalawang klase. Intelligent Control ang tawag niya. Ayan, nagtuturn siya ng sarili. Ang mga ganitong feature hindi mo pwedeng completely bitawan, no? Kasi hindi consistent yung mga lines natin sa kalye natin. Only follows the line markings, yung lane markings, I mean. So kanina malabo kasi may parang construction doon. So lumabo yung yung lane marking. Naligaw na siya, di na niya alam kung saan siya pupunta. So adaptive siya, ayan, nag-slow down siya. So right now naka 72 lang tayo. Lipat tayo sa kabilang lane. Ayan. Maganda naman yung acceleration niya. So the moment na lumipat, na-detect niya na wala ng car sa unahan, malayo. So nag-speed up na siya ulit. So right now, nakaset siya ng 81 kph. Yan ang hahabulin niya ngayon. Okay guys, pakita ko lang sa inyo ha. So dyan sa right side, makikita nyo, trip A 69.4. Yan yung trip natin coming down from Dolores, Quezon, at dito na tayo sa SLEX. So ayan, achievable nga naman yung 5.2 liters per 100 kilometers, no? Matipid. Pero take note meron diyang mga, I would say 5 to 8 kilometers na going down. So syempre matipid yun, zero baka zero gas fuel yon coming from the campsite papunta sa main road, sa SLEX. Okay guys, akala ko tapos na tayo magpakita sa inyo ng fuel consumption nito. Alam niyo naman, ang vlog natin is not really super scripted. So, kung anong maramdaman natin, makita natin maganda, pag-uusapan natin, isi-share ko sa inyo. So, here we go again. 95.6 na ang trip A natin. Tingnan nyo yung average fuel consumption natin. Lalo pang bumaba. From 5.1 naging 5.0 liters per 100 kilometers. Alam nyo po ba ang ibig sabihin yan? That's 20 kilometers per liter na consumption. At nandito na tayo sa EDSA ha. Medyo nag-slow down na tayo. Tumatakbo na lang tayo ng mga between 35 to 40. Ayan, pakita mo Madam Pea. Ayan, nasa EDSA na kami. Ang galing, no? Ang tipid. So that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed our video. I hope you enjoyed the scenery. It's starting to get cold. Mukhang isusot ko na ulit yung jacket. We enjoyed the Dongfeng Alus Huge. So let us know kung gusto nyo ba yung gantong scenery. And we'll try our best yung mga susunod naming reviews to do this here more frequently. We would like to thank Dongfeng Ortigas Pasig. They are located here near the Medical City, sa kabilang kalye lang. Check them out, okay? For inquiries, please feel free to contact Miss Leslie Santelices.
Yes, sir. So, thank you so much din po, Team DTV, for also having us here. Guys, meron po kaming ongoing promo ngayon, which is huge natin. For only zero interest po siya, and also pay next year siya. So,
Wow.
napakagandang promo nun. Yeah. So, guys, limited lang po yun. So, as long as na meron tayo, guys, push nyo na yun. So, yun lang naman po. Thank you so much.
Wow, very good deal. O, kontakin nyo na si Leslie, ha?
Thank you so much,
Okay,
Team
well.
D.
So, thank you guys for watching. As always, please drive safe. Bye. Please do not forget to follow our social media accounts. We are on YouTube, Facebook page, Instagram, and TikTok.